The Miami Hurricanes keep on rolling with this stellar recruiting class that they're putting up in Mario Cristobal's first year. But before we get into it, please go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below about this hot recruiting class that Miami has and the potential of what it could be. All right, so late last night on Friday, October 28th, Kaleb Spencer flips from the University of Oklahoma to the University of Miami. Now, Kaleb Spencer, he's a 6'2", 210 safety, and this was a guy that everybody in Oklahoma, we were all really excited for, right? He was a potential to come in and play that cheetah spot, and he is an extremely versatile guy. He is a guy that could have came in and made an immediate impact, and it kind of sucks to lose it. However, we do have a lot of other people that could play that role in that position. We hear a lot about Jaron Kanik, and then you hear a lot about maybe Tahu Sidley Akana being able to go in and play that role. So I think Oklahoma's fine there, but now you have to go out there and potentially find another linebacker either in this class, or you're going to have to go hit the transfer portal hard and find somebody that is experienced that's going to be able to come in and help make a difference. So losing Kaleb Spencer, regardless of what you look at and see him as a star ranking, it hurts Oklahoma. But this is a big pickup for Miami, right? Because just right before they got Kaleb Spencer, they got the shocking commitment from the 5-star cornerback, 6'2", 165-pound guy from Lakeland High School, Cormani McClain. Now, a lot of people believed, and he was even fonged, to go to Florida. So a lot of people believed, especially with Lakeland being a recruiting ground for Florida, that this was pretty much a done deal. That is where he was going. And when you look at Cormani McClain, there are a lot of things that stand out to you just about him personally, just about his raw athleticism. Like, this man can go up there, he can play with the best, and he has just a knack for putting himself in a position to make a play at the catch point and quickly close the gaps with that elite burst. And so he's an extremely fast guy. We talked about it in the 4.5 and the 40-yard dash, 128 broad jump, and a 4.3 in the short shuttle. So we know that this dude is going to be a massive addition to the Miami Hurricanes and that defense. And you would expect to see Cormani McClain potentially play the first year stepping on campus for the Miami Hurricanes. The question is, will Cormani decide to enroll a little early so that he can get adjusted to the college football game and what Mario Cristobal is going to want him to do? But Cormani McClain's impressive, but there's a little bit something else that's impressive about this. Miami, being 3-4 right now on the season, they not only got the number 2 overall player in this class, but they also got, and I'm going to butcher his last name, Francis Moyagoya or something like that. Someone like that. And that's 247 5-star plus players, five-star plus players. And so when you look at what Mario Cristobal is doing on the recruiting trail for Miami, it's definitely something special being able to land 2 top 10 players in the 247 rankings. And not to mention, they could continue to turn this up. So I did a little research for y'all, and let's look at what potentially be with this class. So they're also looking at getting the 5-star offensive tackle, Samson Okunoloa, and they're also looking at getting the 5-star edge rusher, Samuel Mpimpemba. I mean, they've got, I think, the lead on Ruben Bain, who's the 4-star defensive lineman, who's going to be a monster on the defensive side of the ball. You've got Roderick Pleasant. He's going to be the 4-star cornerback out of Georgia or California. And then you're going to have Christopher Johnson and Edwin Joseph and Marcelius Pulliam, right? If they were able to go in there and land those guys, they're going to end with a 305.84. That would potentially land them a top 3 class in this recruiting cycle. So Miami is definitely not done, because there is also one more guy, well, a couple more guys that they are in the running for. One of those being Desmond Ricks. So for those of you who don't know, Desmond Ricks was in the 2024 class, and I mean, he was considered to be one of the best guys in that class. And he decided to reclassify And Miami is one of the top schools to go out there and get him. And if they were able to land him, you're talking about an additional 6 points as of right now, as it sits, into the projected team score on their composite rankings. And then if they were to go in and get a guy like Nicholas Harbor, who is the 5-star athlete out of Washington or out of Virginia, yeah, he would be a great addition. And again, another 6 points to their composite score ranking, putting them at 317 and potentially challenging Alabama for that number one spot. So Miami still has a lot of game on their recruiting trail. They still have a lot of players that they could potentially go out there and get. So we'll have to see if Mario Cristobal can continue to bring his elite level recruiting from the University of Oregon down to the University of Miami. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's NIL, it's NIL. Well, we're all just going to have to get over that because that is the age that we live in. NIL is the new thing, and that's going to be a decision for a lot of recruits and where they go play college ball. So we'll have to get over that one. It's going to be a factor, especially with the Miami boosters. They've got money, but I don't see them doing exactly what Texas A&M does. I see people making the comparisons with Miami and Texas A&M. I personally don't see that just because if it was, I feel like Miami would have a lot stronger of a class now than what they potentially have at the moment. So go ahead and drop in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this Miami recruiting class. And if you're an Oklahoma fan watching this, what do you think about Kaleb Spencer decommitting from the University of Oklahoma and committing to the University of Miami?